Hey everyone, how are you? It's me, Daddy May, and I'm back in my home front. Yay! It is so cold in this corner. It is Monday, November 12th. It is 10 after 8 p.m. This is my week 28 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy VSG sleeve surgery update. I had the sleeve on April 30th at St. Mary's Hospital in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Dr. Randall Baker was my surgeon, and he is through Grand Health Partners, also in Grand Rapids, Michigan. My pre-op weight was 355 pounds. My current weight is 274.6. So I am down 2 pounds for the week and a total of 80.4 since pre-op. Now I have to talk about last week's video and my weigh-in from last week. So last week I said I was at 274.2 or something like that. And that was because I weighed on my friend's scale because my power was out here and I showered at her house, and therefore I weighed at her house on her scale, and that was just stupid because her scale is different than my scale. So really, anyway, my weight last week was really 276.6, and I was really only down 0.2 for last week. So bad girl for weighing in on someone else's scale and counting it that way. Naughty, don't do that. Don't do that. I should have just not even done a weigh-in last week. So anyway, I'm truly down 2.2 pounds this week. I am at 274.6. My BMI started at 62.9 and I am down to 48.6. That's awesome. Let's see. The app. Oh, I use a weigh-in app on my phone, and it has my target weight set at 132.9. And that's based, I'm sure, on my height and everything. I'm 5'3". But really, I'd just like to get below 200. That would be awesome. I can't see myself weighing 132. I just can't even fathom it. That just blows my mind. So I would be happy to get below 200. Anything below 200. 199.9 would be. Anyway. So again, this past week sucked ass because of the whole power situation. Losing all of the food out of my refrigerators and freezers, and that was just after doing all that grocery shopping with my food assistance card. Oh, awful, awful, awful. So my protein was not good at all. I didn't get a good amount of water in either. I'll be honest, you guys, I ate like shit, I drank like shit, I was awful emotionally. My anxiety and depression both kicked up into levels that they hadn't been in a long time. I broke out here, my rosacea surfaced. Yeah, it was rough. When I went to my therapy appointment on Wednesday, and then later in that day I had my psych med management. We talked about my anxieties and everything and what was going on, and my psych prescribed Visceral for my anxiety to take as needed just because of everything that was going on, and because I was in a class, school, I was having problems getting or focusing on school and trying to get assignments done with no power and no internet was a challenge. And so I had kept in contact with my professor, and he had said, have you thought about taking a break so you can focus on this other stuff? And so I talked to my academic advisor, I talked to my therapist, I talked to my psych, and everybody was pretty much in agreement that I should take a break from school and focus on this other stuff. So that is in fact what I did. I submitted the paperwork, and I am taking a break from school, and I will return on January 8th is when I'll start my assignments and log in and whatnot. Currently, I'm slated to take 2 classes. I think it's American history or something like that, and then my English composition or whatever that I had that I had dropped out of earlier in this year around the time of my divorce, when I was having challenges emotionally then. Right now I am not sure I'm going to take both classes when I return or not. I'm thinking about it. My academic advisor told me just think about it, and if I need to cancel that drop in English, I can do that and just take the 1 class when I return in January. So I'm thinking about that, because that English class is a lot of reading. It's reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and Hamlet. And then there's another book with a bunch of different short stories. It's a lot of reading, a lot of writing. And then you combine that with the other class. I don't know if I want to do both when I first return back in January. So it's something I got to think about. And I just went off on a tangent. My waist measurement is 52 1/4. So it hasn't gone down. It's kind of gone up, I think, or I just didn't measure it properly the first time. My exercise has been going well. I've been trying to get out while there is still not a lot of snow. Along the beach, or like today I did that hike. It's been cold though. It's been like in the 30s. Burr. So my NSV, my non-scale victory, was in fact my hike today. I am pretty proud of what I did do, even though I bailed early. But the whole NSV about it is not as much the hike itself, but the fact that I joined a group, a hiking group, and went with a group. I seriously stepped out of a comfort zone, because normally I go by myself. And to go with a group of people that I didn't know, I only knew one person, and the one person was somebody that goes to my church. So, but I didn't know the others, and to do that was a serious step out of my comfort zone. And I will say that, I mean, it was a small group that went today, but the whole group, it's a Facebook group, and there are quite a bit. But I am just thankful that one of the group members was a guy, because he helped me quite a bit with some of the steep areas, and I just am not sure-footed. It was a lot of the trail areas were muddy and wet leaves, and it just made me, I was just not so sure-footed. I was afraid I was going to slip and fall. And then a lot of the areas were a lot of tree roots, and so it was just kind of treacherous, if you ask me. How on earth bicyclists ride those trails when it's like that, I have no idea. Some of the areas where they were narrow trails, and then they were sloped on top of it. How in the world? I mean, that would scare the shit out of me if I were riding a bike, honestly. I don't know how a bicyclist could ride something like that. That just scared the crap out of me to walk it. I don't know how a person could ride it. But it was a pretty walk. Trees are definitely bare now. The leaves have all fallen. But there was a creek back through there. I only took one picture, and I didn't do any video of me like I normally would when I was by myself. I would do video all along the way and take a lot of pictures. Being with a group, I didn't do any video footage because it was like, yeah, no, I'm too shy to do that. So I waited till I got to the road and I was by myself when I did the first video shot. And I did, oh, sorry. I did kind of break down in a little bit of tears because I was just so, I was upset with the fact that I bailed early. But then I was like, you know what? I did what I could. I did a mile of that trail, and that's pretty good for my first time out with a group. So I gotta be proud of that. Tomorrow morning, did I already mention this? I don't know. Tomorrow morning, I have another job interview, a phone interview with, now I can't remember the name of the place. Anyway, oh, sorry, it's for a database specialist. And a friend of mine actually works there at the company, and she's the one that made me aware of the position so that I applied for it, and then she put in a good word for me. So they got a hold of me today and set up the phone interview for tomorrow morning at 9. So I'm going to have to get some good sleep tonight, set my alarm, and that damn thing better go off in the morning so that I don't miss the phone interview. So prayers and good thoughts, positive vibes would be appreciated. If I happen to get the job, I will work both jobs, that and the grocery shopping job, because I definitely need money. We are approaching the holidays, and I am just so far behind on every bill you can't even imagine. Or maybe you can. Oh, I'm tired already, and it's only not. Boy, getting out in the fresh air really takes a lot out of you. If I can talk, okay. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow to show you what little itty bitty bit I did on my knitting. Anyway, that's another video. I'll do that tomorrow. Wherever you guys are, I wish you peace, love, and happiness. I pray for all the veterans, past and present and future. I pray for those that have been affected by all the fires out west. I pray for those families and friends of Stan Lee. Stan Lee, right? He passed away today. Was it Stan Lee? I don't know. I may have that wrong. Anyway, yes, 13 minutes. I gotta go. My nose is red. Look like Rudolph. Peace, love, and happiness. Bye. Mwah.